With Pikmin 4 finally releasing after a short 10-year wait, the first two games being released on the Switch, and the franchise currently being treated as a main Nintendo IP finally, it's the best time to talk about these funny little dudes. Last time I ranked every Pikmin type by cuteness. I don't agree with most things I said in that video, plus glow Pikmin are a thing now, so it's outdated, yay. Anyway, this time we'll be ranking the captains, the characters who provide the motivation and storytelling in the series. Just a disclaimer in advance, I won't be including Pikmin 4's character creator, as the whole gimmick is that the captain can be anyone, and the story is more so provided by the side characters. That being said, I absolutely encourage you to create a character in the game, as in give them a backstory and a motivation and a personality. I did it. His name is Leonie. Look at him. I also won't be including the Pikmin 4 side peeps like Shepard or Carlin, even though I do like them a lot. Playable characters only. Do not ask where I rank Louie's grandma. I've seen the general opinions on the Pikmin cast, and this might actually be my most controversial video ever, so let's get into it. Spoilers for all 4 games ahead. Seriously, play them first if you're into video games.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Now, I want to add a little disclaimer in advance. Every single Pikmin captain is built the equal. Not a single one of these lads is a bad character, but like, the president gets close. Like, look, I love old Chancho, but he's not only the least characterized, but he's also the only one who's not sympathetic, with one exception. I mean, he's a greedy businessman who forces Olimar to do his dirty work and go on dangerous space adventures wherever he has an inconvenience, plus he's rude and shouts, and like, look, I enjoy a good mean character, and he's no exception. He's hilarious with a ton of super funny emails and lines, but like, he's just the least interesting. Killer design, his wife is just him in a wig. Moving on. Actually, now that I think about it, all the Pikmin characters' wives are just them in a wig. Yeah, whatever. Hooray! Alfie, boy, look at this little twerp. I'm gonna bully him. He's gonna get bullied. I'll do it. I'm gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna freaking kill him. Alf is a character who's like saved by the traits I assume he has and the stuff I made up about him. I love the little guy, don't get me wrong. He's easily the most traditional protagonist in the series. The voice of reason, who's very insecure and has to put up with his much more eccentric GF and boss. There's a lot of interesting little factoids about him. He definitely has the depth of a classic Pikmin protagonist, plus his design is adorable with his little freckles and how tiny he is. I mean, I relate to short characters for no reason in particular. I'm 6'2", you can't prove me wrong. Plus, there's no way he and Brittany aren't together. Just look at these two and their interactions. I also really like that Charlie and Brittany don't look down upon him, which a lot of people seem to not understand. It's the thing I generally love about Pikmin 3, the cast dynamic. They just really respect each other, mostly. Yeah, I love Alf. He's a great main protagonist, and I always enjoy playing as him. Plus, he gets a lot of sympathy points. But yeah, everyone else is either more interesting or more fun. Captain Charlie is this high because he's hilarious. Funny boy, funny looking dude. But there's also a subtle bit of sadness with him that I've never seen anyone really talk about. I mean, he gives my favorite end of day report in all of Pikmin 3, where he compares the Pikmin who died as soldiers dying in a war. It's strangely poetic and gets you to think of it differently. If you've been sacrificing your little plant buds all willy-nilly like a freaking monster. But yeah, Charlie really wins for being, in my opinion, the funniest character in the entire series, with one exception we'll get to. All his dialogue is pretty much comedy gold. Part of me is a little peeved that the US didn't have the jokes about him being in love with Brittany, but to be fair, this response to being rescued is funnier than him simping for Brittany. Also, he's a married man. Have you seen his relationship with his rubber ducky that makes bath time fun? I like how he contrasts to Olimar being the only competent one in his trio and always being the obvious leader in expeditions. Charlie immediately gets eaten, and after being rescued from the scary moth, immediately takes a back seat to the much more capable Alf and Brittany. No, I think it's a neat contrast, and it's not like he complains about it. I like it.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Alright, put down your pitchforks. Yes, I really did put Olimar in third. Here's the thing. Olimar probably wins on being the most compelling, most sympathetic character in the whole series. But he's not quite as entertaining to me personally as the top two. That being said, still probably the most sympathetic and best Nintendo mascot protagonist. Mario, Link, Kirby, you're all cool, but Olimar is the only one who's like a legit compelling character, with a massive amount of hard-earned achievements. He's not the chosen one destined to uncover the mysteries of the Pikmin planet, he just does because he happened to crash there. Plus, it's adorable how much he cares for his wife and kids. His wife might be the worst until Pikmin 4, but it's great how much Olimar loves her anyway. Plus, it's cool how competent he is without being overpowered. He's the only sensible one compared to his boss and the other guy. I don't know who that guy is, though. He still gets stranded a lot and is in need of rescue on occasion, but regardless, his experience and street smarts and determination shine through. Side note, Pikmin 4 made him so dang likable, like even more so. I love him. Thank gosh they made his wife better, too. It makes sense why he's the most popular character. But...
Name a yellow fruit. Orange.
So I was surprised to see that Brittany is widely considered the worst Pikmin character. Like, what are y'all talking about? Real quick, I just want to say that I disagree with the claims that the Pikmin 3 captain's talking is a bad thing, and this goes for 4 as well. For me, I value any chance to see characters be characters, and after 2 just kind of remove dialogue. I'm glad to see 3 and 4 went hard in the opposite direction, even if 4 it can get a little overbearing at the beginning. Anyway, she's great. The easy most capable of the Pikmin 3 captains with an adorable design, adorable voice gifts, and an eccentric personality. The amount of time she defaults to insults is hilarious. She really feels like a fed-up babysitter to Alf and Charlie's nerd talk. Plus, she has some fun personality quirks, like her being a botanist. And I love her descriptions of the fruit. Her enthusiasm and her fine taste spout leads to a lot of fun and funny entries. She's easily my favorite Pikmin character, and I don't understand the hatred around her. It's genuinely confusing to me. Do y'all hate fun? Is that it? Hey, wait a minute, I said she's my favorite, but she's only in 2nd place. Wait, who the heck?
Louie.
Am I really gonna rank Louie in first? Yes. So Louie started off presented as a traditional bumbling sidekick for Olimar, and a lot of casual fans, or people not in tune with the series, seem to think of him as the Luigi to Olimar's Mario. But that could not be further from the dark truth. The dark secret, if you will. As it turns out, Louie is the actual villain of the Pikmin series. Or antagonist at the very least. He causes the plot of Pikmin 2 to even happen, lying about his job, and then he hijacks the brain of a final boss and tries to murder Olimar and the president just because. And then Pikmin 3 is rescued by the Copites and immediately steals their food. Then in Pikmin 4, man is straight up the villain, kidnapping Nell and setting up the whole final act, and once again hijacks the mind of the final boss. But this time it was a peaceful creature, so what the heck? Man, this guy sucks. There's also some depth here. He's interesting. Louie's obsessed with food and cooking, and actually has some very impressive recipes for every creature in PNF 404. That's really funny. He has a great relationship with his grandma, and most interestingly in Pikmin 4, he seems to actually want to stay on PNF 404, which is fascinating. Louie is the most chaotic character, and the most interesting Nintendo antagonist. Let us add him to the villain's wiki cowards. I mean, I know he's not pure evil, but he is a piece of garbage, and it would just be really funny. I don't know, Louie, man, this little dude right here, this little guy, this little goofy looking guy here, this little man, I love him. Bye.